Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our reading for Gemini for June 2021. I want to say happy birthday to all those who are celebrating their birthday. Whether Gemini, Taurus, whenever you find it, right? So welcome everyone. This is going to be for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising. Those of you who are intuitively guided to the channel and don't even know if you have Gemini in your chart, just means that your guides want you here to receive a message. So thank you for paying attention. You may be in love with a Gemini, so whatever your reason for being here, I say just try to be open to the messages, try to go with the flow, and just trust your guides. This is really a what I call spiritual tarot. I definitely invite my guides in to then get a hold of your guides. Alright, we're going to start with the Mother Mary deck. This is an oracle deck, one of my favorites. She's found her place in the beginning of our readings, and then what I do is I read the card from the book at the end of the reading, and I say it all the time, but every time I'm blown away with the messages at the end. They just seem to be the comfort that we need. All right, let's go ahead and begin. I want to also say Happy Mother's Day and Happy Father's Day, and how beautiful, God. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. I step out of the way and surrender any need to control. Why? So that it can come in the best, of the highest energy. All right, let me bring this down a little bit. We are going to start with the Tarot of Dreams. Give it a couple shuffles. All my decks are pre-shuffled. But I always like to take a moment and give it a couple shuffles with you here. So. Let's go ahead and give them a cut. And let's begin. Okay, well that didn't take long. All came face up, by the way. We have the King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius can be, if you're a Gemini, this can speak of another Gemini also. We have the Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins next. And then we have beautiful Temperance, all about divine timing. Makes sense when you have the energy of God, right? I step out of the way and release control. That's exactly what Temperance says to do. And the reason why is because it's all about divine timing. I feel like things can come in and out of our lives, and we, with our free will, have an opportunity to say no to something, or maybe we're not ready for, well, I hate to say we're not ready. We may try to push something sooner than need be. So Temperance is about patience, number one, having patience, allowing something to come to full term, let's say, and then the divine timing truly allows you to let go of control. And I feel like some of you, right off the bat with the Page of Pentacles right next to this, you're learning more and more about divine energy. Temperance is also the card of Sagittarius, by the way. Page of Pentacles can be a younger earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Can be of an earlier time. But the energy is gaining knowledge, learning. Well, there you go. We have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles says, don't be afraid to be your unique self when it comes to anything in how you make your pentacles, your craft, your job, whatever it is. This is, remind you that you are the missing piece of the puzzle. This is great energy for anyone who wants to collaborate with someone else, or a group of people. This is great collaboration. And, in this energy too, first of all, it's a 3, which 3 automatically gives off the energy of joy, depending if we accept it or not. So anyways, this is other people seeing your uniqueness and the appreciation of it. And Temperance having control of that. That's kind of beautiful. It's interesting because I was talking to Sam this morning about when my brother passed away. I was in the room with him, and I saw 2, I don't know how to explain it, but 2 white shadows come into the room very slowly. Some of you heard this story before. And then I saw my brother's soul rise to meet them, and then boom, they were gone, just like that. Something that I've really never seen before. I didn't really understand it, though I felt a sense of peace with it. But after that, it set me on a completely different course, a spiritual course. That is when I started to, I went to the library and I just pulled book after book after book, and I just read and read and read, and it guided me to where I am today. Now that was back in 2014, but it truly guided me to where I am today. Of course, at the time I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was about, but as I sit here today, I know exactly what it's about. So I'm not sure why I'm bringing it up, other than I feel like maybe somebody needed to hear that. We have the 3 of Cups under that. Now, that is the energy of joy and celebration. We have the Fool. I feel like some type of opportunities coming your way. The Fool's, I always find, is a beautiful energy. In the upright, the Fool is someone who takes chances in life. The Page of Pentacles is right above him. So I feel like for some of you, this is setting you on a different course. But this course definitely feels like the right course. So I do feel like something is going to come your way. Maybe it's something that you have been studying, been drawn to, been learning about. In the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like it's a gift that you already have that maybe you have not brought to the surface. Maybe you didn't even know you had it, right? You have it. But this is bringing all that to the surface, and the Fool is taking a chance on starting a new path. But this is a good thing, guys, because with the 3 of Cups right beside it, again, I feel like this gives you a chance to celebrate something new. Wow. Hello, Magician. Coming under Temperance, that's pretty powerful energy. This is divine reminding you that you have a part in this, right? It's not all just about divine energy. It's also about you. That's why you're here, right? You're not here for just nothing. You're here with purpose. And, a lot of people are like, I want to know my purpose. I feel like your purpose is just to be your true, authentic self. And from that energy, that's the energy you create from. Temperance is showing with the Magician underneath it that you are creating, that you are part of this experiment, so to speak, right? This is, I feel like 20% you, 80% divine. But nonetheless, it's your epiphanies that you then put into action. So I feel like you're being inspired. Look at this poor Fool card is already coming off. Anyways, this is you being inspired to do something. And boy, I hope you follow it. Okay, that's half a deck. I cannot take that. It's like, but you're going to take these. Still a lot, but we're going to take them. I was just going to do 8 cards, but I guess we're not today. All right, they're all in reverse. We're going to turn them around. we have the world. Wow. So something definitely new is opening for you guys. You know, the world to me is a new portal. It's a new path. It's a very spiritual time in your life. You know, I feel like this is a time when you're really learning how to use your energy to create a better world for yourself. Some of you are being guided, right? It's a way out. I feel like it's a way out. The world shows up sort of like a reward of, you know, you have raised your vibration to this point and now you enter. It's like, it reminds me of like a game like Mario Brothers, you know, and you're playing the game and then you rise to the next level. That's what I feel like here. Well, hello, Wheel. Hello, Destiny. Sometimes we're on top and sometimes we're on the bottom. We have the Emperor, card of Aries. But this is about the boss. This is about wisdom. This is about leading. You know, the Emperor leads the people through wisdom and love. Some of you are starting your own business. And you will be the boss. You are the boss. You're meant to be that boss, right? You're meant to be the energy of this Emperor. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, well, and then we have the King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Then we have one more card sitting by itself, and that is the Five of Cups. We're going to connect it to this King of Cups. Let's bring this up a little bit. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. Some of you are moving into the area of helping others like the underdog, helping, you know. Six of Pentacles, often feel like this is the energy of someone who would give you the shirt off their back, right? This is a very giving type energy. The reminder is allow yourself to receive also, right? It's not the expectation of receiving, but still open to that energy. It's a very balanced type energy. You know, Six of Pentacles talks about wisdom that you've gained, compassion that you've gained along this journey, empathy that you've gained along this journey. And I often feel like, even though I know that means sometimes difficult lives, right? Difficult experiences. However, it all seems with purpose. Because I often see this in our readings where it's moving a lot of you into like spiritually based businesses. Now, when I say spiritually based, what I really mean is, of course, it can talk about spirit, but I feel like it's the energy of you understanding you, right? That you are spirit, that you are human, right? And combining those two energies together, right? The creation, you creating from the magician, but with divine, like hand in hand. And here opens that portal that allows you, for some of you, to do what you truly always wanted to do. This may be a time too where, let's say some of you do, you know, you want to collaborate, but you don't know with who. This can certainly open up. It's like open up that portal of soulmates where the right people come along at the right time. So many of you moving into the energy of helping the underdog in some way. And I have to tell you, I feel like that energy that comes back to you from divine is quite beautiful. Now, if we come down here, we do have the Eight of Swords. Really, it's the only, I guess I could say, difficult energy that we're dealing with. The Eight of Swords is a self-created energy. That's what you want to remember. This is not because of divine. It's not because of God. It's because of us. It's us not quite learning yet that, you know, we have to learn to clear the energy of the past so it doesn't affect our future. You know, lately I've been feeling if you look like 2 years back, you kind of understand why you are right where you're at. And if you believe that, then you want to understand that right now, as a magician, which is now, you're creating from this very moment, right? So, anyways, the Eight of Swords is where I put this protectional barrier around me. I don't, it's based out of fear. It's based out of other people's opinions, other people's belief system that for whatever reason you have chosen to take on as your own. And I feel like that is probably just a life lesson. Like I have to learn to be me, right? This reading is calling for you not to be afraid to show your uniqueness. That is what is being called for. So we have to look at that Eight of Swords because really what it is a self-created prison. It's where I may tell myself that I'm stuck. There is no way out. It's interesting how I opened the reading and I said there is a way out. And, maybe this is God showing us that there is always a way out. A lot of it has to do with energy and a lot of it has to do with ourselves. So in the Eight of Swords, with all this beautiful energy, I almost feel like this is saying, take a chance on yourself. Like truly take a chance on yourself. And if the fear remains, then walk through it, right? Walk through it. Don't get stuck in it. Now, we have this King of Cups right beside that, so I'm not sure, how he's affecting you with his Eight of Swords, but the Five of Cups comes over him. So this is someone that, that I miss. This is someone, the Five of Cups talks about where our focus is at. But we have to be also careful not to stay in that too long because it's a 5, and 5 asks for change. 5 talks about freedom. Freedom to be who you are and to do what it is you want to do, to create what it is you want to create. So we'll come back and we'll look a little deeper at that King. What card should we use? All right. We'll stay with the Light Seers. They're starting to break in now, which is nice, because they were very difficult to shuffle in the beginning. Because the cardstock is so thick. Okay, let's give them a cut. I would say when I asked for recommendations on what tarot cards I should get next, many of you suggest the Light Seer deck, and I want to thank you because I do love them. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. Coming over the King of Swords. Queen of Swords. How interesting. We have the King and the Queen. Five of Pentacles. Four of Cups. And the Six of Cups. So it was in reverse. I'm not going to keep it in reverse, but I'm going to remember that at least it showed that way. Okay, well, first of all, I how do I say this? Like, I don't get tired of this, but I feel like some of you get tired of hearing about, people of our past coming in again. But listen, I feel like if I'm in the right energy or if I'm in a high vibration, and let's say someone of the past wants to come back into my life, and maybe I want them back in my life. If they're not in the same vibration, it will fall away again. So sometimes that's what Temperance talks about, like giving yourself a moment, allowing people to evolve, yourself and others. Five of Pentacles talks about, it's the energy of feeling like you've been thrown out into the cold. It's kind of like the tower has shown, and it has forced your hand. So Temperance is controlling that energy at the same time. So what does that mean to me? What I feel like it's saying is something that has happened in your world that felt like a tower, that put you in uncomfortable energy, from, lowest to the highest. I kind of feel like was meant to be. Now I know people are going to be like, Sandy, but that's what I feel. In this Five of Pentacles, it's interesting because, we already have the Six of Pentacles. So, for her, like, she feels like she's trapped in that room, right? But here is the key right there that unlocks the next door, the next portal. Here it is within the world. Here it is within the wheel, right? So Temperance controlling that energy. What I mean by that is I feel like Temperance is saying that, divine is with you during this time period. I feel like in the Five of Pentacles, it's energy where you have to move through it, even though it's uncomfortable. It's like you don't have a choice. But, divine has got you through this. And then the Four of Cups. Well, what do I feel like? I feel like the reason why the Five of Pentacles, right, this energy of being thrown onto the cold, but forces you to move forward nonetheless. And then you have the Four of Cups, and I feel like this is a very dreamy type energy. This is where you may have been receiving epiphanies, ideas. Sometimes you don't even feel like they're your own. They are yours, but I feel also divine, sometimes reminding us that, listen, this is what you came here for, right? These different experiences, and here comes the next one. But this is this is within your dream energy. So there's nothing to fear here, right? All it's showing is, this queen and king may have broken up for whatever reason. I kind of feel like this page may be this queen's child. Well, both their child, maybe. But I feel like, truth be told, here's the Ace of Cups. So I don't feel like the love has died. Now, the love may have faded. But I feel like, it's like, your first love. They remain in your heart, right? They remain in your heart. Doesn't mean you don't go on to love others. But there's like this special little place, and that's what I feel here. It's like there's a special little place for this queen and king, depending on who's doing what. This king could certainly be wondering if the queen would come back. Maybe, maybe not. Because in a way, I feel like this queen has moved into, or is moving into what feels like her rightful energy. Creating from her dream state, so to speak. Six of Cups speaks about someone that I had happy memories with. We have the Five of Cups here, right? Six of Cups here. And, I mean, the Ace of Cups, and then the Wheel. So I feel like, in a way, like, this has been, there probably was a relationship here. And I do feel like the love is still there. However, some type of tower moment happened, right? Something may have caused a split. Because then the queen moves into the Five of Pentacles energy. So it's kind of like the tower hits me, but I can't just sit here and cry. I have no choice but to keep moving. This is the time when I feel like you want to trust divine more than ever. Because I feel like this is about ideas and epiphanies being sent to you. It's interesting. I see all these wedding rings. Huh. So I find this often where we see a love, right? A love. We see a couple who were together. And then life happens, right? Outside, with this Eight of Swords, a lot of outside influence. So whatever the reason, it breaks this couple up. When this couple breaks up, listen, I don't feel like there's anything easy about it. However, I feel like what it has done, it has moved people into their rightful intentions, their seat of intentions. Hardly ever easy, but nonetheless, we do get through it. So, I feel like if this king comes back, and this could be the other way too, but, the king comes back and sees that the queen really has started like a new life for herself, or the other way around. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean the love has died. And I am in no way saying take someone back. But hello, the Ace of Cups is right there. So that really is unconditional love. We have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. But, if you read this card, it says death and then rebirth. The Fool, right? So that's exactly what the Fool does. The Fool puts a closure to the past and begins anew from the Fool's own creations. It's interesting too because, if you know the story of Tarot, you start at the Fool, and then as the Fool starts his journey, the first energy that he meets is the Magician. Now, I feel like often that's our higher self. Through the Magician teaches the Fool that anything that's coming forward, you already have the tools within you to become abundant or not to fear type energy. So, the Fool's reminding you your connection as above, so below, right? We have that right here. Temperance, as above. The Magician, as below. And then the World. So, something had to close out, no doubt. Some type of door had to shut so that a new one can open. So you have this rebirth over the Fool. I can tell you right now, clearly, that's saying that your past, other than the wisdom, you don't want to bring forward with you. So let's say this is someone who wants to come back into my life. It's not saying that you cannot take someone back, but what it is saying is the relationship itself needed a rebirth, right? It needed to have fresh, new energy. Treat it as it's new. Even though I feel like the love is still there, guys. So, that makes sense to me. Look at that. The Six of Cups just got pushed under the energy of God. Well, we have the Two of Cups, soulmate. We have the Page of Swords coming over the world. And then we have the Sun. Here comes the sun, everybody. Card of Leo. Alright, guys, we have a soulmate love on the table. Above it is Temperance. Below it, though, is the Eight of Swords. So, whether this is someone of the past or someone new, this is definitely talking about soulmate love. It's coming after the rebirth. After the rebirth. I got to make that clear. So we have the Two of Cups. Then we move into the Page of Swords coming over the world. The Page of Swords is, to me, it's, learning the truth of the matter. It is learning communication, the art of communication. It's interesting because it's like this page is receiving epiphanies after epiphany after epiphany. And I feel like it's coming to you like through the mind or through the dream state. And it's asking you to consider a gift that you already have. Consider something that's unique to yourself, and consider bringing it to the world. I feel the energy of true abundance with that because it feels very destined. And you know, it's almost like the emperor. Well, we do have the emperor, but I was thinking the empress. To be honest, it's almost like the empress who has gone through the journey of the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of who did I forget? Of Wands. She's gone through all these journeys. And, you know, for some people it would knock them down for good. But not the Empress. And the reason why is because the Empress eventually figures out that it is through her experiences that she can truly help others. Or others will truly appreciate what she or he brings uniquely to the world. Doing what you love. And then we have the sun. So the sun's illumination. The sun is the opportunity to really live in a, you know, I was going to say like childlike state, but I don't mean state. I mean where the inner child is part of, you're allowing the inner child to come out in you, and in that brings a true sense of joy. We have joy right above it. Also, I want to say, if this is someone who is coming back, or maybe this person hasn't even come in yet, even though we do have the Five of Pentacles, but, you know, and the Six of Cups, but even if this is someone new, the sun tells you that everything will be illuminated to you. The Magician, right? Stay in the present moment, the Fool, the present moment. Because when you stay in the present moment, all the illumination you need is there. And what I mean by that is you intuitively know if someone's vibration is matching yours or if it's not. Sometimes we have to allow those things to fade away because they're not going to serve us. Anyway, the sun is, you know, it's complete illumination over your next step. And I feel like if, let's say, you know, again, we have the Queen and King of Swords right by each other. We're doing a Gemini reading. And let's say this is something that wants to come back together. The sun tells you that all will be revealed. There's nothing hidden here. So I feel like it means truth. If this is a relationship that's coming back together, I want to say the Death card and then the Rebirth seems the most important here. Because, you know, lately I've been feeling like if people come back, but they don't make the necessary changes of what caused the split up in the first time, what was the energy, what do we need to work on? And if two people aren't willing to see that and then therefore clear it, they're kind of doomed to repeat their past again, right? It's like divine will keep sending the same lesson. It doesn't look the same, but it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Maybe till we get to the point of the Five of Pentacles. Some of you may have, you know, this Emperor can certainly represent a father figure, someone that you looked up to for their wisdom. It can be like a big brother, someone who's crossed over. And if that's the case, I feel like they are helping to inspire you to really do something that, I don't know, I feel like it kind of changes your life, but really so much for the better. And then this King down here with the Five of Cups over, this could be the energy of missing someone, right? Missing someone, but the Eight of Swords beside that, I don't want to get lost in that energy. You know, from what I know, I was going to say, and I know a lot, but maybe I don't know that much at all. Maybe there's still a lot more to know. But from what I know right now, you know, death is not feared. Like, it tells you don't fear death because there is this rebirth, right? It's interesting. I had someone send me an email about my own son and said that, you know, he is in the Ace of Cups energy now. So that's all I'm saying is, you know, I don't feel like they want us to cry for them forever, right? You go through the process. Anyways, I feel like someone is also being inspired that way. Well, let's keep going. Six of Wands, energy of victory. And then the Knight of Swords coming over the Eight of Swords. You know, I kind of feel like with the Knight of Swords here, Knights are about bringing something into you. And this is some type of communication, but it's based in truth. Coming over that Eight of Swords, am I going to know that? Am I going to feel that? Well, maybe after this reading you will, because again, this is something coming toward you in the form, again, of communication, whether that be actual, whether that be like in my dream state. But I feel like even if it's in your dream state, when you wake up, you're like, okay, it's real, right? It's real. It's funny because this knight is running. Like running towards you. We have the Ace of Wands. So, again, that energy of being inspired. You know, I was sitting there thinking, why did I tell them the story about my brother and all that happened? Well, because I feel like some of you are going through that. Some of you are being inspired by those that have crossed over. You know, sending you epiphanies. Why? Why would they do that? Because they know your soul and they know the uniqueness of your soul and they know what your soul, I hate to say cries out for it because I don't feel like your soul's crying out for it, but it's like a soul's destiny. And then they're able to step forward to be a really important part of your spiritual team. So I just feel like this inspiration is divine. I feel like also some of you have been maybe actively manifesting someone in. You know, because honestly, I don't feel like this is like, I don't feel like if someone's coming back, they're coming back with ill intent. I feel like if anything, they're coming back because they feel inspired also. But just like every time I do this type of reading, I feel Temperance is saying there needed to be this time out, right? Because first of all, you know, I feel a little injured in the Five of Pentacles. And, you know, I feel a little injured in the Eight of Swords. Therefore, I feel like I got to protect myself. Well, Divine wants you to drop those swords, right? Because when the world shows up, and it did, it's talking about a portal that's opening up. That's really where you are truly walking in your spirituality, right? It's your soul and it's your human being together now creating, and that's powerful. So many of you being inspired, and you know, do you have to say yes to, did you have to take these epiphanies and put them into action? Well, your guides would like you to, but you don't have to. You truly don't have to, but they would like you to. I feel like some of you may even, you know, dream of someone who has crossed over and this is how they reach you. You know, why would they come in dream state? Usually it's because we're not quite open to Now, not everyone, but, you know, many times it's because, you know, we're talking spirit to spirit. That's what I feel. Okay. I want to look at a couple of these cards before we end this. You know, you have the Six of Wands here over the Emperor. Now, that could be an Aries for you, but I feel like this is more about you becoming the leader, you becoming the boss, at least of your own world. But I really feel like it's in your Pentacles. And I love seeing the Emperor and the Three of Pentacles here because it is about your uniqueness, bringing it out into the world. And I have to tell you, I know it's due to your experiences. And I hope that you're able to look at your experiences, even, you know, especially the difficult ones, and see how you have grown from that. Right? Unless you're still in that energy. But, you know, Five of Pentacles doesn't really give me an option. I have to keep moving forward. But Divine God still has your back, right? Moving you into the right direction. So, I don't know. I just feel like there's nothing to fear here. But let's do that. Let's look at the Knight of Swords over this Eight of Swords. And I want to know a little bit more about this because this Knight is also attached to the Two of Cups and the Magician. It's like someone thinking of someone. And almost like that's all I need. I just need to think of them. And maybe they're thinking of me also with this Ace of Cups. Again, it's unconditional. And it is between this Queen and this King. We have the Hierophant. Okay. So, the Hierophant, first of all, card of Taurus, coming over that Eight of Swords. What does that tell you? It says check your belief system. Check your belief system. Because chances are you have taken on other people's belief system and you have claimed them as your own, where it's like taking foreign objects, you know, onto your body, but they don't belong. They don't belong there, right? And because they're attaching themselves, I have this heaviness, this lethargicness, because I'm allowing the attachments to stay. The Hierophant says, remember your belief system. You know, trust in, if you believe in God, trust in God. Trust in Divine to help you through whatever it is you need help in. But I have to say, this really is telling me that some of you, you know, your belief system is just shadowed right now. The Sun is here, though, and that reveals all. Even the hard things that we need to learn. You notice these hard things, it's these Eight of Swords type energy that we, because they're self-created, if we don't see it, we have a tendency to stay stuck in it. And what is 8? 8 is a new beginning. New beginning. So, I feel like if someone is coming into your life, I don't know. I feel like don't fear it. Don't fear the Reaper. Just don't fear it. There just doesn't seem to be any need to. Because truly it's just, you know, shaking off other people's belief system. You know, I know some of you feel like you have lost someone, and I want to just say they're not lost. They're with you, right? They're not only with you, but they're helping to guide you. And I know it takes a lot to believe that, right? Especially if you can't feel it. So I hope, at least through this reading, that it gets through some to understand that, right? The people that have gone before us, they don't want us sitting here crying and mourning. You know, you go through the natural process, but you got to be careful that you don't stop living your life, because that's the last thing they would want. Truly, the last thing that they would want. And let's say that your faith, you know, teaches you, let's say you believe in God, then, you know, you have to believe in the afterlife in the same breath. You can't believe one part but not believe the other part. I mean, you can, but so anyways, and also I think I said card of Taurus, so All right. I also want to look at the Emperor and the Six of Wands. Thank you. We have the Hangman. Okay. So the Hangman is a pause. It's seeking wisdom. I want a little more clarity. Well, 10 of Cups. Interesting. Listen, you know what this feels like to me? It feels like a guided path that I see so often. And that's why I know that it's true. Because I have read so much. And I see, I see the patterns. Maybe it's because I'm a Virgo. I don't know. But I definitely see the patterns within a reading, within a life. So the 10 of Cups, right? Here's the Hangman. It's not saying the 10 of Cups, the Hangman's going to stop the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups will show. But the Hangman is seeking the right energy, right? The Hangman is seeking awareness over a situation. Some of you want to do something out of your own home, and I feel like, you got to give it a chance, because here's the Fool under there, right? Give yourself a shot. Give yourself a chance. Okay, I'm not ready to leave yet. I want to look, well, I was looking at up here at the 2. We have the Star. So this is of your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, right? This is your soul's calling. This is about manifesting it, though, right? It's not just thinking it. It's about manifesting it. Of the highest energy, though, right? Because we got to remember that. If I'm trying to manifest something into my life, I got to stop and think, where is my energy? Am I manifesting out of the light, or am I manifesting out of the shadow? Star, also card of Aquarius. We have the High Priestess. This is your intuition. This is your higher self. This is a peek through the veil. We have the world, right? The world, to me, is beyond the next veil, so to speak. But then we have the 9 of Swords. So, it's like your higher self is saying, lower self, look at these walls that you've created, because these walls block out your intuition. Or let me put it another way. When these walls exist, I have a hard time trusting my intuition. Matter of fact, I don't think you trust your intuition when this 8 of Swords exists. The 8 of Swords, if not dealt with, let's say, because again, 8, self-created. Who can uncreate it? You, and only you, right? Divine can give you awareness over it, and I know what it is. It's your belief system. It may be your belief system in yourself. It may be your faith. Whatever it is, it's like, maybe it's gone. It feels like it's gone. It's not gone. It's just buried. So the 9 of Swords moves us into that type of energy. The 9 of Swords talks about excess worry, unnecessary worry. The 3 swords that at one time did pierce the heart, caused the pain. That is acknowledged, right? But beyond that is, a lot of times it's worried that, let's say someone comes back and I'm very fearful that the same thing will happen again. Well, Divine's answering that question. If you raise your vibration, and listen, with the 8 and 9 of Swords here, it's very hard to have a high vibration. It just is. We become so fearful in life, and we're just not meant to. We're meant to, steer. We're meant to look the devil in his eyes, right? We're not to be fearful of it. We have power over it. But in the 9 and 8 of Swords, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. So, all right. Well, let's look at that 9 of Swords just a little bit deeper. I mean, it's so true, though. You know, we lose someone or we lose something like a job, you know, that type of thing. And we get this, you know, Nine of Swords is like the feeling of doom, though there's not really doom there, right? It may be created. I don't really love that it's coming by the Page of Swords, because I feel like this is, I got to think about this. Am I creating from this energy? This is just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just wanted to go. Wow. We have the Eight of Swords again, and we have the Three of Wands. Guys, I hope you can understand what this is saying, because here's this Eight of Swords again, right? I'm looking at the Nine of Swords. I want to know what has created. What is it doing? What it's doing, it's stopping you from having these new experiences. Why? Well, the Three of Wands is about how I look at my life, how I look at the world, and that is through an optimistic lens. Eight of Swords, there's no way I'm doing that, right? I have a blindfold on. My hands are tied, but they're not really. I tied my own hands, right? In the Five of Pentacles, here's the key to unlock the door, to move her into the Six of Pentacles. And I feel in the Six of Pentacles, this is when we truly meet. Well, I mean, we have soulmates our whole life, but I feel like this is, you know, when you're feeling down, hurt, that type of thing. There is something in there that there's some type of wisdom that you can gain from that will move you on from that energy. This energy needs to be moved on. You know, it really, it's like, because everything else just feels right. And then I come to this. Some of you aren't trusting in yourselves that you have the ability to create whatever it is you want to create in your world. I see it in the comments too, by the way. You know, where, oh, that can never happen for me. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, you know, no, negative. And I'm not judging those comments, but all I'm saying is that is the energy that you're using in your everyday life to create, because you're always the magician. You're always creating, whether we like it or not. And again, if you look at the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, if that energy's been around, I have a feeling that what you keep bringing to yourself, or what keeps finding you, let's say, is more reasons to feel afraid, more reason to feel stifled. We got to turn that around. Self-created. Nine of Swords says you don't need all that worry anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself to bring these epiphanies, to bring, you know, epiphanies to me just is divine intervention, right? And it's opening portals for you. And you have to allow yourself, right? You have to allow yourself. That's why I feel like we have the Two of Wands and then the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, I'm moving into this energy. So, sorry I'm stuck on this part, but I feel like this is something that if we don't clear, then are we not doomed to live in it? And why do we want to live in it? And I know we all, you know, we all have our crosses to bear. All of us. Anything that's happened to you has happened to someone else. Anything that happens in your life gives you an opportunity to look at it and to gain the wisdom from it. Again, you're not here for nothing, right? But you have the opportunity to create the type of life you want, and it is through your energy. I'm telling you, it's through your energy. Give it a try. Like, test it. Be like, you know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to just let go of my worry, and I'm going to think positive thoughts, and I'm going to have positive affirmations, and I'm going to give it a test. Maybe I give it a test for a week. Maybe I give it a test for 3 days, whatever it is you need. You know, I feel like if you do that and you're truly open to it, your spirit guides will show you the way. Divine, God will show you the way. But here, there's a lot of dark, a lot of shadow, a lot of belief in what doesn't exist, Nine of Swords is I'm afraid that I'm going to keep bringing the same thing back to me. But therefore, I do keep bringing the same thing back to me. I feel like this is, why I'm concentrating on this is because I do feel like this Ace of Cups is coming into your world. But I also feel that you have the opportunity to truly create from your soul's own desires. And everything is here for that, for the making. Only thing that can get in the way is our human condition. That's what the Eight of Swords is. That's what the Nine of Swords is. It's not saying you didn't have a reason to worry. You didn't have a reason to be sad. Of course you did. Five of Pentacles says you got to walk through it. Walk through it, because you will make it to the 6. And the 6 is when you all of a sudden you feel like, you know what, like I'm so compassionate for others who are going through similar situations. It's like God uses your experience to help others who are going through what you have gone through. It's really quite beautiful. We're here to help each other. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Because ultimately you have to make the decision of look at your belief system. Look at how do you talk to yourself? What do you say to yourself? Is it positive or is it negative? If it's negative, it's usually because other people have planted those seeds. But listen, you can pluck that seed out of your head, out of your heart. You can. If this is someone that you love and they're coming back, I can tell you with the 8 and 9 of Swords here, if I don't clear it, I do feel like you will, unless something very, very special happens, I feel like you'll repeat it. So that may be why the Hangman is here, right? Here is the 10 of Cups. Here is the Star. All of these energies are so beautiful. Really so beautiful. The Hangman, I feel like, in a way, may be a good thing, right? Because I have to look at what am I telling myself? How do I think? Do I think optimistically or am I thinking pessimistically? 10 of Cups says, so does the Sun, right? This is really being able to live a life where there is a lot of joy and harmony and laughter in my life. Doesn't mean there's not hardship. Of course, there's always going to be hardship, but the Emperor and the Empress know that. And because of their experiences, they can move through it much sooner. They can see it. It's just like how I see the patterns. That's what they're seeing. They see the patterns. And remember, every 9 years, we come to that 9. 9 is about the reflection back, the final reflection back, just so I can extract the wisdom out of it. And then trust in yourself. That's the main thing. You got to trust in yourself. You got to trust that, I feel like don't stop yourself from having experiences due to fear. Maybe sometimes you just have to walk through it. And that'll help alleviate it. Okay, let's read. I kind of hate it that it ended like that, but it's not really ending like that. It's just showing you everything that is part of your life, but so is this fear factor. And it's, and it is coming over love, by the way. I feel like some of you you're soulmates and you love each other. But life got in the way, right? Whatever happened. But if two people come back and they're both evolving, and they both have let down these guards, they both have looked at the pattern, seen their own self in it, then I think you have every chance in the world of taking it the whole way to the 10 of Cups. Remember, it's about the journey, not not where you end up at. Okay, let's read God. I feel like now I'm just, some of you will be like, Sandy, you're preaching. Okay, God. You've prayed for help, and now it's time to allow heaven to assist you. God's love and wisdom have always been available to you, provided that you're willing to trust His divine will. Release any unhealed components of your relationship with your Creator to Mother Mary and the angels in favor of developing a closer and more trusting one. This may require tremendous faith on your part, especially if you cannot see a solution to your present situation on the horizon. This card indicates that you've been approaching this situation single-handedly, trying to anticipate and control the outcome by yourself. Anxiety, Nine of Swords. Anxiety comes from distrust in divine order and timing, along with disappointment when other people don't follow your plans. Surrendering your need to be the scriptwriter helps you relax and actually get better results. God has room to heal you and the situation when you allow Him to be in charge. Beautiful. So, you have a lot of love in this reading. You have a lot of abundance in this reading. You have, many of you, you are becoming the emperor, and that is the business owner. That is the boss. You're the man type of energy, but you also got to allow it too, right? And it starts up here within this Three of Pentacles. Right? Four Cups over that. It feels like I'm dreaming about it. It's what I want. It's what I think about. But maybe I don't move into it because of I don't think I'll be good enough. I don't think people will understand it. This is saying the complete opposite. This is saying whatever it is you bring to the world, even in your love, but also in your earthly world, let's just say, others are paying attention. Others understand what you are trying to say, what you're trying to bring. Others will relate to it. Others will see your uniqueness and celebrate it. Now you have to learn to celebrate it, right? Listen, the Five of Pentacles says many of us have gone through these hard times where we kind of do feel thrown out to the cold. But divine is attached to that energy, as is God. So, that's why it says don't get stuck in it. That's why the Five of Pentacles says keep moving through it. The Five of Pentacles remind you of who you are, especially coming over Temperance. You are a spirit warrior. You're not weak. You may feel weak, but that is the human mind, right? Our spirit can get through anything and probably has already, in a previous life type thing. So it's remembering the power of you and the power of divine working hand in hand. And I feel from that energy, you can create whatever it is you want in your life. I know it's true because I've done it myself. I know it's true because I've seen it in the hundreds and hundreds of readings that I've done and the follow through. People tell me like, you get a reading, then a couple months later, it'll be like, you won't believe it, but someone actually did walk into my life, or this opportunity was given to me. And, because I was able to see my blocks, I now can accept these new, I don't want to say challenges, new adventures as the Fool. As the Fool. The Fool is looking for adventure. And so is your soul. And I feel like that's the bottom line. Create and love. Create and love. If a lower vibration comes around you, but your vibration is high, trust that what fades away needs to fade away. Doesn't mean something can't come back, but you want it to come back in the higher vibration. I feel like in the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, many times I feel like I keep bringing broken people to me, right? I keep bringing broken people to me, broken experiences, that type of energy. You can stop that. You can stop that. And it is through your energy and your outlook, no matter what you've been through. Use me for an example. I have gone through a lot, guys, a lot, so much. Very, very difficult situations. And here I am sitting in a new world with my first love. Things that I just never expected. Here they are. I could have said no. I could have just walked away from it. But I felt like, especially my son, inspiring me. And matter of fact, I feel like it's my son who brought Sam and I together. So, I feel like it's in your thought process. But allow it to be. Understand that you're being watched over. There really is nothing to fear. Ask for help when you need help. But then be present, because that is where your signs, your messages come. Some of you, they're coming in your dream state. It may be helping you to reach ultimately what it is you want to reach. But again, it's the trusting of it. And if I can't get rid of the fear, it's saying just walk through it then. Walk through it. And it will eventually fade. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much, as always. Just thank you for being part of my channel. I know that we're all soulmates. And I know that we have new soul family members coming daily. Or I should say, with every reading, I feel like my guides have brought even more love into our family. So we're here to help each other evolve. And this is what I hope happens. For those who watch us, I hope you allow yourself to evolve to the fullest extent that you can. And I feel like there is no ceiling on that. The only ceiling there is what we put on it. So, love. Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Abundance. Three of Pentacles. Into the Emperor. The Wheel. Destined energy. The Ace of Wands. Inspired energy. Epiphanies coming to you. The World. The next chapter. Don't bring that 8 and 9 of Swords into your next chapter. Doesn't seem like it fits. And that may be partly what the Hangman is here for. But the Sun says, listen, everything is illuminated if you look at it, right? In the 8, I have a blindfold on. I don't want to see it. There's something I don't want to see. But Divine says, rip off that blindfold and look it straight in the eye. That is how you have movement. Sun will illuminate whatever needs to be illuminated, but it also is a promise of a sunnier day. It's coming, but you're part of it. You are the magician, and you are working directly with Divine, whether you know it or not. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you. I have to thank you for the donations, because it is what keeps my channel alive. YouTube, I don't know what's going on with them, but I don't know. It's like you really get next to nothing anymore. That's probably why there's a lot more platforms opening up, different channels. Anyway, that's my complaint, but I want to thank you for your donations so that this channel can just stay alive and keep putting that energy into the universe. I want to thank you for sharing my videos with those that you care about, that you feel like maybe you don't see yourself, but you see someone else. Thank you for sharing it with them, because I feel like when I see this 8 and 9 of Swords, then I can clear it. But I have to see it first. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. That means the world to me. That means it makes me know that I'm on the right path. I mean, I already know I'm on the right path, but it helps me to see that it's helping the people the Divine wants it to help. So thank you for that. Just thank you for allowing me to be me in my readings. And thank you for your comments, by the way, and helping each other out. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I just have the most beautiful comments in the world. And so supportive of each other. And that alone just, I don't know, it's like a beam of light comes out of me when I see that. So thank you. Thank you for the love that you give me. I love you. You know, and I do feel like, to be honest, I feel like, you know, when we all leave this earth, we'll all be together in heaven. We'll all be together as the soul family that we were. We'll probably be talking about our own experiences and, you know, that type of thing. So, anyway, I love you. I will see you guys in a reading. Happy birthday, Gemini. Bye-bye.